Before the headlines, there was just a girl, Asha Degree. 9 years old, shy and cautious, Asha lived in rural Shelby, North Carolina with her parents and older brother. The Degrees were a close-knit, church-going family deeply rooted in their community. Asha was a responsible student, a talented basketball player, and afraid of the dark. Her family insists she would never have left home alone, especially at night. She shared a room with her brother, O'Brien, and enjoyed a simple, happy childhood. The weekend before she vanished, Asha lost a basketball game. She was upset, but nothing seemed unusual. Her parents described her as smart, timid, and rule-abiding. The idea of her leaving home in the middle of a stormy night was unthinkable. The Degrees felt safe in their small town. They didn't even lock their doors. There were no signs of trouble, just a normal family weekend. Asha was looking forward to a 3-day weekend from school. Her life was structured, filled with school, church, and family. The image her family holds on to is of a happy, loving little girl at the center of their world. This normalcy makes what happened next all the more chilling. The contrast between the girl they knew and the mystery she became still haunts everyone involved. Asha's disappearance shattered the sense of safety her family had built. The question remains, what could have made her leave that night? The night of February 13, 2000, was stormy in Cleveland County. The Degree family settled in for the night. Asha and O'Brien went to bed around 8 p.m. A car accident caused a power outage, but the lights returned by 12:30 a.m. Harold Degree checked on the kids twice, at 12:30 and again at 2:30 a.m. Both times Asha was in bed. Sometime after, O'Brien heard Asha's bed squeak, but thought nothing of it. That was the last sign of Asha at home. Despite the storm, evidence suggests Asha left the house on her own. Around 3:45 a.m., a truck driver saw a small figure walking along Highway 18. Another trucker saw her at 4:15 a.m. When he tried to approach, she ran into the woods. The sightings placed her near a local business, disappearing into thick trees. No one has seen her since. Why was she out there in the rain with a book bag? Was she meeting someone, running from something, or compelled by something unknown? The timeline is precise, but the motive is a mystery. The image of a 9-year-old alone on a highway in a storm is haunting. The why remains unanswered. The questions have tormented her family and investigators for decades. Valentine's Day 2000 was supposed to be a day off for the Degree children. Aquila Degree woke early to get her kids ready, but Asha's bed was empty. At first she thought Asha was elsewhere in the house, but a frantic search revealed she was gone. The doors were locked, no signs of forced entry. Asha had vanished. Panic set in as Harold and Aquila searched again, calling for their daughter. By 6:30 a.m., Aquila called her mother, who urged her to contact the police. The official search began at 6:40 a.m. News spread quickly. Friends, family, and neighbors gathered to help. The Degree home, once a place of safety, now felt like a crime scene. Police questioned the family and searched the area, but found no clues. The absence of forced entry suggested either Asha left on her own or with someone she knew. Neither scenario made sense to her parents. Their daughter wouldn't run away, and they couldn't imagine anyone they knew harming her. The family was left in shock, facing a nightmare they never imagined. The community rallied, but fear and confusion grew. The day meant for love became a day of terror and uncertainty. The Degrees' world was turned upside down in an instant. Their search for answers had only just begun. The nightmare was only beginning. The response to Asha's disappearance was immediate and overwhelming. Law enforcement, firefighters, and hundreds of volunteers searched the woods and fields around the Degree home. The terrain was muddy and dense, made worse by the previous night's rain. Search dogs struggled. The rain had washed away any scent. Flyers with Asha's face appeared everywhere, and the media spread the story statewide. The FBI joined the case, bringing national attention and resources. Investigators re-interviewed witnesses and canvassed the neighborhood. The search radius expanded, but days passed with no sign of Asha. The Degree family held press conferences, pleading for her return. The community held vigils and supported the family, but hope began to fade. Every lead was followed, but nothing broke the case open. The emotional toll was immense. The initial flurry of activity gave way to a long, agonizing wait. How could a little girl just vanish without a trace? The question echoed through the community. The search turned up a few clues, but each only deepened the mystery. Days after Asha vanished, some of her belongings, a hairbow, pencil, and marker, were found in a shed near where she was last seen. This confirmed she'd been in the area, but not why. The biggest clue came 18 months later. A construction worker found Asha's book bag, double-wrapped in plastic, buried 26 miles away. Inside were her clothes and a Dr. Seuss book from her school library. The careful wrapping and distance suggested someone else was involved. A 9-year-old couldn't have traveled that far or buried her own things. The location opened a new area of investigation, but raised more questions. Who buried the bag and why there? The FBI analyzed the bag, but no forensic evidence led to a suspect. Inside was a New Kids on the Block t-shirt that didn't belong to Asha. Investigators released photos, hoping someone would recognize it, but no answers came. The clues proved foul play, but not the perpetrator. Each discovery brought more questions than answers. The trail went cold again. The mystery only deepened. Despite the attention and clues, Asha's case went cold. There was no crime scene, no evidence of a struggle, and no forced entry. The timeline was murky, with only fleeting sightings on a stormy night. Heavy rain erased physical evidence. Search dogs found nothing. The book bag, found much later and far away, confirmed foul play but yielded no leads. Forensic evidence was degraded by time and distance. Investigators faced a puzzle with too many missing pieces. Thousands of tips came in, but none led to a breakthrough. Theories ranged from abduction to grooming, but nothing fit. The family was cleared of involvement. Without new evidence or a confession, the case stalled. The mystery remains unsolved, haunted by unanswered questions. The search for Asha Degree has never ended. Her case remains open with the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office and the FBI. Investigators still follow every lead, making public appeals for information. In 2018, the FBI released new details and photos of the items found in her bag, hoping to jog memories. A $45,000 reward is still offered for information. The Degree family holds annual walks, retracing Asha's last known path. They've never moved or changed their phone number, waiting for answers. The community and investigators refuse to forget her. Age progression photos show what Asha might look like today. The hope is that one day, the truth will emerge. Until then, the search continues. Asha's story is a heartbreaking reminder of a promise unfulfilled. The hope for answers, and for Asha's return, remains alive.